皆さんどうもこんにちは。フォールアウトニューベガスやっていきます。今回こそはメイン進めるよ。一番近くまで行こう。クラークフィールド。どこだったっけ？これ私がフラッとなんか、一人でお散歩してたとこだったかな。あ、違う、これ、これ結構いるんですよ。そうだ。あとスーツ、黄色のスーツ着てた人がいたとこだ。うわおい、どこのだよ。びっくり。じゃあ、大きい道に沿っていこうか。ここから、こっち向きでいいんか。あ、でも結局クラークフィールド見てないな、ちゃんと。痛い！なにうわちょっと、ちょっと待ってよ。人か？ちょっと、なんかわいそう。何？ちょっと待って。なんだそのポーズ。届かないな。いった！何がこんな爆発して、うわ！はわーんってなってる。ちょっと待って、何撃たれてんの？わかんないんだけど。グレネードかなんか？ちょっと待って。めっちゃ減ったし。ありがとう、二人とも。倒してくれて。グレネード撃たれてたんかな？グレネードライフル。全部もらおう。ふざけんな、こいつら。全部没収。グレネードか。グレネード痛かった。あ、スターボトルキャップだった。イエーイ。ごくごく飲もう。いやー、やっぱ敵に、グレネード当てた時めっちゃ気持ちいいってなってたけど、自分が食らうとびっくりするほど痛いな。フォールアウト4じゃさ、マップの端に行くほど敵が強いみたいな感じだったけど、ニューベガスどうなんだろう。まあでもやっぱり、初期の街から遠ければ遠いほど難易度高いのかなって気がするよね。何の音？だ。断行者。冒険してる人か。あ、ノバクの標識がちゃんとご親切に。なんか大丈夫この辺。汚染がひどいのかな？こっちの方。このマークほら。この先は危ない？キャンプ、シーライト、シーチライ、なんて言うんだ。敵かこいつら。NCR じゃないのこれ。違うわ。グールだ。しかもこれただのあれじゃん。ちゃんと知能のあるタイプのグールの人だ。よし。何これ？なんか背景が。よし。何これ？なんかすっごい薄い緑のフィルターかかった感じするけど。でもこれラット食らったりとかしてないよね。不安になってきた。待って、ラット。 カリカリ言ってはないから。なんか汚染されてるって。NCR のトルーパーアーマー。なんだろう。グールになった NCR が隔離されたような場所なのかな。あ、いや、ここ、ちょっとこの辺からナットが、カリカリしてきたんで、ちょっと宇宙服に着替えます。まあ、それでも、プラス1はいけるの。なにこれ。タレット恐ろしい。やっぱ NCR の旗があるってことは、NCR の人たちが、まあ、こんなとこにいたらグールにもなるわな。うわっ、なんで？いや、ひどいな。だって宇宙服着てこれかいっていう。そろそろなったやばいんじゃない？うわ、197。ちょっとナッターウェイ。よし。だいぶ下がった。どこに走ってってんだこいつ。オッケー。ここもなんかあるのかもしれないけど、ちょっと一旦置いときます。てかベニーここ通ったの？やばくね？ここ大丈夫？なんか輝きの海みたいなとこだな。人いんのかここにっていう。ベニーここ通ってったの？ベニー。あ、なくなった。あ、抜けた？あの辺だけか。なんかちょっと、温泉がひどいの。すごいね。なんか、レイクサイドタウンみたいな感じ。湖か知らんけど。なんか貼り付けにされてない？誰か、見せしめ？誰なんか、新しくない？死体が。生きてるわ。アンダーズ。誰があんたにこんなことを。リージョンか。麻薬の密輸をしているのか。
Please, for the love of God, let me down. No, please, don't leave me here.
なんかめっちゃ必死で。
No.
でも助けるって選択肢出ないんだけど。助けられないのか。まあ、助けようとは思わないけどね。下にリージョン敵に回したくないし。死んでるわ。亡くなった人か。この人は死にかけてるようだ。貼り付けから解くと殺してしまいかねない。前も出たな。ちょっと待って。こんなリージョンだらけのとこにベニーいるの？私クエスト、アクティブにするクエスト間違ってないよね。じゃあ合ってんのかなクエスト。Welcome to ホットなんちゃらなんちゃら。うわお、誰か走ってきた。やだ。怖い。
Halt! What business have you in Cottonwood Cove, outsider?
ごめん。ベニーがいるかと思って。これシーザーの クエストじゃないよね。
You wear the mark of Caesar. You must be who Cursor Lucullus is waiting for. You may continue, but be warned. Mark or no, we will not tolerate aggressive action by visitors in the camp.
大丈夫、変なことしないから。シーザーが連れてるワンワン可愛いんだよね。リージョンか。マジでベニーどこ？あ、この人が何か知ってんのかな？この人マーカ
ー。Awe, are you ready to head upriver?
あ。誰？
I am Cursor Lucullus, and my orders are to escort you to the Legion's camp at Fortification Hill. Are you ready to go?
フォートで何が起こる？
You'll be meeting face to face with the mighty Caesar himself, founder of the Legion, conqueror of 86 tribes. To my knowledge, this is the first time Caesar has ever summoned one of the dissolute to see him. That it would be a woman is even more
シダだ
surprising.
とか言うなし。なぜ女性がこの命令を受けるのを見て驚く。
Women are physically and intellectually inferior to men. Their role is to bear children and ensure the survival of our species. Not to say that all women
す
are
ごい
equally
原始的だ
incapable.
ね。
I trust Caesar will find a worthy use for you.
これは、すごい言われようだ。
The trip will take a few hours. Take your place on the boat.
離れたとこなんだね。
By order
Oh.
of Caesar, all visitors must disarm and
ま
relinquish
た
all
武
banned
器
items.
没収かよ。まあ、いいよ。
Your belongings will be returned to you when you leave.
Ordinary guys with knives
True
and
to
bullets,
Caesar.
and they're taking over Nevada.
何ベロニカじゃあな。ベロニカも挨拶した？どこ？あ、なんか別エリアに移動したのかな？えらい離れたとこだね。ザ・フォート。うわぁ。骨になるまで貼り付けにされてんだ。待って、これどうなってんのこれ。どこなの？どういう道なの？こっちなの？
Howdy.
Oh.
So you're the visitor I've heard some of the legionaries talking about. If you're in the mood to trade, just say the word.
商人なんだ。
Have a look.
食べ物と、パーツ？武器のパーツと、トランプ持ってるわ。シーザーに会ったことは？
I haven't had the pleasure. I have crossed paths with Legate Lanius, his second in command, however. It was unpleasant.
リゲート？
He's the best the Legion has to offer, or so the legionaries say. Brute of a man, wears a fancy metal mask in a battle. He killed one of my pack Brahmins simply because it was in his way. I knew better than to complain about it, though.
怖っ。凶暴な人なのかな？
Shoot.
リージョンの一員？
No, ma'am. I'm an independent trader from Arizona.
アリゾナの商人。リージョンのとの取引は危険じゃない？
Not at all. They're my best customers. As long as you don't try to sell them chems or alcohol, they treat you fair. Hell, I don't even need to travel with guards most of the time in Legion territory. All the bandits are dead or run off.
なんかリージョンってこう密輸を許さないとか、薬はダメとかさ、なんか、不思議よな。いいやつなんだか悪いやつなんだか。
Alright.
謎。
Be seeing you around. So I hear the honcho of one of them strip families up and disappeared.
Yeah.
Poof. Yeah. You'll find his body someday.
何ベロニカに。ベロニカに話しかけてんの？どっちなのかな？あ、奴隷か。うわぁ、こんな重そうなもの背負わされて。っていうか、ベニーどこにいるの？ 私、シーザーに会っちゃうよ。ペニーに会いに来たんだけど。
Hey, anything going on?
子供もいんのね。
Hi there. What?
お、なんか、すごい。こっちで合ってんのかな。ベニーいる？
Our way. True to Kaisar.
ベニーどこ？ベニーいるの？なんでじゃないか。リージョンなんじゃら。このマーカーって、あれか。ミスターハウスの方か。シリ。
A free woman. It's been a while since I've seen a woman who wasn't a slave. I forget myself. Are you injured?
医師なの？医師か。
I never finished my training. The Legion saw to that when they overran my town. I do know basic first aid, but I've had to rely on tribal remedies to treat illnesses and injuries. Healing powders and all that. I'm always running low on Xanderroot. Plenty of Brock flowers, though.
ザンダーを高く買ってくれるみたいな。一つ使ってますよね、何？
Oh, I've been using 2 roots per flower. Thanks to
あ、
you.
なるほどね。分量間違えてたの、クラフトの。すげえ。正しい使い方教えてあ
For
げた、
sale?
私が
I'm a。slave, not a merchant. I could give you some healing powder.
で、側近か先
The
に。
legate is not a man to be crossed, especially if you're a woman. That's all I'll talk about it.
これなんなんバーネットマン
A vengeful spirit. Some of the more
Onryo?
superstitious women claim. He was a great leader of the Legion before he failed Kaisar. The story says he was set on fire and thrown into the Grand Canyon, but his angry spirit rose from the ashes of his corpse, looking for revenge. Nonsense, probably, but there's no doubt that many in the Legion believe he's still alive somehow.
シーザーの善人でも燃やされて灰になって蘇ったって言われてんのだそれ。
What do you...
どこから来た？
A small town in New Mexico. The Legion burned it a few years back. That's how I ended up here.
奴隷になって何年？
3 years and counting. If I could just get across the river, I'd be free. Not that I'd try it. I've seen what happens when you get caught.
女性はこの辺りではどのように扱われる？
We're property. If you're too young or too old, the men usually leave you alone. Usually. You ought to be careful yourself. I overheard some of the legionaries talking about trying you out.
試してる。
Okay.
シーザーのテントだって。ここにいるの？シーザーは。で、ベニーはベニーどこ？こんなとこになんでベニーいんの？でもここなんだったっけ？なんか、ミスターハウスのコンピューターに干渉できるところが2箇所あるって言ってたけどさ、ここって言ってたような気がしたんだけど、間違いかな？本当にそんな場所があるのここに。
Some of the slaves have been
思い
spreading
ついてるの
stories
この
about
人。
them. Outsiders are a rare
Anthony.
sight at the fort. Step carefully around here and you might just leave alive. I'm Anthony, master of the hounds.
すんげえヒゲだな。バーンマン。
He's a story to frighten the younger legionaries. He's dead. No man, no matter how tough, could survive a fall into the Grand Canyon.
いい犬だ。
Lupa. Yes, she's the mother of a lot of our best dogs.
言い
She's
方。
getting old, but she's still a tough old bitch. Aren't you, girl? Yeah.
喋り方と声、なかなかやばいな。
It took years for Caesar to conquer Lanius's tribe, and Caesar showed mercy to the survivors, allowing them to join the Legion. Had the positions been reversed, Caesar would be dead. Lanius is called the Monster of the East because he never, ever
西の
shows
悪魔。
mercy. Yeah?
どこでリージョンは犬を手に入れる？
We breed them mostly, but sometimes we get some good ones from Denver. That whole city is overrun with them.
犬の訓練をしてるの？
Been doing it since I was a boy. The mongrels know to listen up when I start talking.
すごいね。なんかもう、そういう才能があるんだろうね。
Okay. Later.
バイバイ。ルパン。まだまだタフなビッチだって。
Some of the slaves have been spreading stories about the
ワンちゃんになんて言い方を。あれ名前ついてる人で見たかな。そこで鍛冶屋。
Awe.
あ、結構いるね。
What do you want from me, woman?
お、
I'm in charge of the arena, not the
Oh,
cooking
also.
pots.
どうぞ。あ、闘技場とかあんのここ。アリーナについて。
Such as?
ルール。
Light armor and machetes only. The challenger, the one who asks to enter the arena, may be pitted against one or more opponents. All matches continue until one side is
う
dead.
わ
No
ー、殺
exceptions.
し合いを娯楽にしてやがる。
I set up the fights, keep track of prisoners available, and make sure the arena's cleaned up.
誰が戦うんだ？
Most of the time, it's some young legionary trying to make a name for himself, hoping to get noticed by Caesar or the Praetorians.
なるほど
We
ね。
pit slaves or prisoners against each other once in a while, but it's not much of a show. They're usually too reluctant to kill each other.
やめたれ、囚人とか奴隷を戦わせんの。
Like what?
女について問題。
Women are beneath notice, as Caesar has taught us. I'm only allowing you to speak to me because you are Caesar's guest. I may yet, if Caesar commands it.
可能性があります。
A great warrior. When he was but a recruit, I watched him
素
kill
手
10 men
で
in
10
the
人の
arena
男を
with his
殺
bare
した。
hands.
とんでも
He
ねえや
doesn't
つ
feel
だ。
pain, and he never ever shows mercy.
なんだ、
If all
逃げ
legionaries were like
逃げ
him, the
と
legion would be invincible.
読み方わかんないんだけど。アンマンについて。
Ask someone else, woman.
何その言い方。
Go.
シーザーのテント行
The
くか。
slaves have been spreading stories about the...
ベーニーどこや。
You must enter Caesar's tent alone. Anyone else must remain
Aye.
outside.
じゃあ、エディとベロニカ待っててね。
You must enter Caesar.
待ってってやらなきゃいけないのね。ここで待機。ベロニカ待
Should have brought something
機。
to read.
ごめんね、暇でしょ。暇だよね。うわわ
Some
お
of the slaves have been spreading stories about the burned
ワンワン
man
が
again.
見張ってるわ。なんと、これが、お初でお目にかかります。シーザーリージョンのシーザーとやら。おーなんか手に、ピップボーイみたいについてる。この人と会ったことあったっけ？なんか名前見たのどっかで。この人がルシウス。あ、ベニー捕まってんじゃん、バカ何してんのあんたあんた何してんのこれ捕まってるかなちょっとあんた
Under penalty of death, the prisoner is forbidden to speak
こ
until
う
Caesar
いう感じなんだね。どうなるかと思ったら。
Under penalty of death,
でも死刑かよ、お前。
until Caesar has permitted.
なんて目でこっち見てんだ。おい、どうするよ、これ。
So I finally get to meet the courier who's accomplished so much in so little time.
ベニーのことか、じゃあもしかして。まさかのベニーのことでやんだろ。そう、その一応探したの。
You visit the tops, and next thing you know, the head of the chairman is fleeing the strip like a whimpering little pup. When you set your mind to something, you get results. I like that. The question is, are you ready to get started?
どのようにお使いすればいいですかっていうのはまだやりたくないんだよね。これやっちゃうと NCR と敵対する可能性もあるかな。あれかな。ただ私にベニーとの問題を片付けさせてさえくだされば自分のために戻ります。
Benny is my prisoner.
トリコ？
You don't deal with him unless you dealt with me. Don't worry. You'll get the platinum chip he was carrying, and then you'll use it like I tell you to. The time is fast approaching when my legion will assault the Great Dam and invade the West. Before that happens, I want Mr. House knocked out of the game. A quick 1-2 punch, with you doing the punching.
ミスターハウスを潰そうとしてんの？どうやって私のことをそんなに詳しく知ったの？
I have eyes and ears everywhere. It behooves me not to invade the West blind and deaf.
スパイ
It
がいっ
hasn't
ぱいい
been
るの
hard to
ね。
track your progress. It's not as though you've been keeping a low profile.
リージョンとも接触してるしな。何をしなければならないと言ってる。
Down the hill, at the west edge of camp, is an old building. It was here when the fort was taken in 2277. Inside the building is a hatch. And inside that hatch are two steel doors that bear the sigil of the Lucky 38 casino. Now that same sigil is on the platinum chip Benny was carrying when we captured him.
これ知られちゃまずいんじゃないか？
Even more interesting, there's a slot about the same size as the chip on the console that opens the hatch. So you know what I think? I think the platinum chip opens those doors. Doors that can't be pried open, or drilled open, or blasted open. Because all that, I tried.
中に入った後。
I want you to destroy whatever you find in there. And then I want you to come back here and tell me about it. So go to the building and take this fucking platinum chip.
プラチナチップ手に入りました、やっと。
Talk to Benny on your way out. He knows I'm going to
これどうするかめっちゃ分かれそう。どうするか。
True to Kaiser.
ちょっと待って、選択肢めっちゃ出たな。どうしよう。クエストめっちゃ出たな、今。ミスターハウスのバンカーの破壊。リージョンサイドか。これが今言ってたとこよな。でも中には君が驚くものが入ってるみたいなこと言ってたけど。まあ、とりあえずセーブはしたんだけど。で、ベニーどうすんのあんた？
Why, you little promise breaker. Let me live, Benny, and I'll never come after you, pinky swear. What a fink. Anyway,
なんか、
go ahead and laugh, baby. I ain't blind to the
こいつな
humor
んか
in this
とんでもな
situation.
くかわいそうなやつなんじゃねえかって思えてきたわ。面白いね。はは。
Yeah, well, laugh it up on your own time. Down to brass tacks.
ハゲ、
How'd your meet
も
and
う
greet
殺されん
with
ぞ、お
Baldy?
前。チップくれた。
Sure. Baldy wants you to go down there in the bunker and destroy whatever Mr. House stashed there. Oh, you don't want to do that, baby. Whatever's down in that bunker is the key to the city called Vegas. So here's what you do. You go down there and you use the chip to do whatever Mr. House would have wanted you to do. And when you get back to the strip, you find Yes Man. I made it so that cat can't help but be helpful. Dig?
こいつの言いなりになるのもちょっと嫌だけど、シーザーの言いなりにはなりたくないかな。シーザーは私にあんたの死に方を決めさせると言ってた。
Try not to smile so wide, baby. You might break your mouth. Yeah, Baldy said you'd get to decide. So which way you leaning?
アリーナで正々堂々と向かい合うべき。いや、こいつなんかまだいろいろ知ってそうだからさ、殺すのはもったいないなと思うんだよね。選択肢がある。
Yeah. To die in my sleep at a ripe old age after a marathon session of hey-hey with 30 sex-starved broads. You'll set that up?
男なら誰もが望むような死に方や。よくわかんないけど。
That's why I'm trying to hand you my scheme, baby. It's called having a legacy.
貼り付けってのはどうだい？
Yeah, real popular around here. Crowd pleaser.
あんたについてもっと知りたい。
I'm the most interesting person I know.
あれ、チャーマンじゃなくてチェアマンか。あんたの部族はチェアマンって呼ばれてきた。
No, in the way back we called ourselves the Boot Riders. Silly name, but that's how we rode the Mojave, dig? On our feet. We were nomadic badasses not to be trifled with. A gang of ruffians, though, with a certain panache. When House gave us the tops to renovate, his robots dropped off boxes full of suits and ties and wingtip shoes. Told us we were the chairmen now. That caused an uproar, but I said the name sticks. Chow to the old ways, baby. Time to swing in style. If the shoes fit, you wear them.
ファミリーの頭だったの？
7 years.
7年?
Took over 3 days after Mr. House introduced himself. Our chief at the time, mountain of a guy named Bingo, wanted to stay nomadic. I disagreed, so he challenged me to the knife. He looked so surprised when I stuck that knife in his neck. Thought he was so tough, but he was so slow. That's how I made chief. It's how things were back then.
Mr. House はどのように自己紹介？
We were east of Vegas when the first Securitron we ever saw rolled up on us. We junked it in a minute flat. The next day, 20 roll up. So we listened. Said we'd been selected. Vegas needed us to defend it. In exchange, we'd get cushy digs, full stomachs, medical treatment. Everything a nomad never gets, in other words. Most of the tribe thought we should say no. I thought it was the best idea ever.
トップスから逃げた後何が起きた？
I prefer the term relocated. It took every stealth boy I had to cross the river at Cottonwood Cove. That was a close shave riding a boat full of Legion boys. Once I was across, I changed into a uniform I swiped off a dead legionary outside Nelson. Tried to sneak into the bunker, but that didn't work out. They found the chip. I wasn't going to tell them what it was used for, but let's just say they were persuasive. Go on.
ベガスを支配したがっている勢力について。
Which greedy overlord do you want to start with?
なぜミスターハウスにベガスを任せておくべきじゃないと思った？
Mr. House hides Vegas under his skirt when the bombs fall 1,000 years ago, so it belongs to him forever? You buy that? Baby, every boss has a line to explain why he's special. Why everyone's gotta do what he says. You're just figuring that out? Vegas gotta swing, baby. Gotta have pizzazz, respect where due, but that old man is square.
まあすごいよね。1000年も前に、なんていうか、ベガスのトップだった人が未だにトップっていうのは確かにどうやってんだって感じだけどね。いつのファミリーについて。
The chairmen are true blue. The omertas are degenerates. Never trust them. Or the white gloves. Just something creepy about them. Set it up right and families will roll with your caper. You might have to do some convincing.
そうどれでもないとしたら。
Now you're talking. That is the ring-a-ding move, baby. First base is whatever Mr. House would have you do. Follow orders, rig the game to his specifications. Then, when he ain't looking, you knock him out of the running and find a way to take control of those Securitrons of his. Go see Yes Man. I made it so that cat can't help but be helpful.
どうしよっかな。まあ、ベニー結構キーパーソンっぽい感じすっからな。言う通りにしてみてもいいかな。シーザーがストリップを破壊すると思うのかい？
Nah, just spruce it up with a crucifixion here and there. Come closer so I can step on you. The Legion is twisted, baby. Original losers worshipping the king of creeps like he's some kind of god. They're worse than roaches. My advice? Put on your stomping shoes.
NCR の何がそんなにいけない？
Ain't we covered this? The only thing not bad about them is they ain't Legion. The NCR is the biggest gang of thieves in the Mojave. Only difference is they pass laws to make their crimes legal before they commit them. Go on.
逃げるのを手伝ったとしたらどう？
Sweet offer, baby, but if you cut these ropes, every legionary in this camp's gonna come running
まあね。
with machetes.
こっそりってわけにはいかないから。
If I had a stealth boy and a bobby pin,
あー、なるほ
I could
ど
see myself.
ごめん、ステルスボーイ持ってたかな？持ってねえわ。え？持ってないんじゃない？できるのかな？夢を見てな。
No one likes
ちょっと一旦、
ta-ta.
は？じゃあ一旦もう一回セーブして、逃亡できたらどうする？
Baby, if you show me the door to Scramsville, that's where I'll go. Out of your hair, never to return. I've been a fink to you. Caused more than my share of grief by a hard mile. Let me go. You won't see me again.
逃がしてみようかな。
Checks in the mail, hey? Don't get my hopes up.
あれ？あれか、やっぱステルスボーイ持ってないからか。どうしよう。まあ、じゃあ、出まーす。出て、じゃあ、どうしようかな。すぐ戻ってくれるかな。ステルスボーイ取りに行って、ファストトラベルで戻ってこれるかな。あ、ファストトラベルできないってここ。一回船に乗って出ないとダメか。あれ？ここ
Caesar has permitted your weapons to be returned to you while you serve him.
はい。
Caesar has put a lot of trust in.
置き返してもらった。またセットしないといけないな。あれ？待って、帰りたい。あ、こうか。あれ？プラチナチップが入るとこがある。待って、帰りたいんだけど。あれ、ここじゃないんだっけ？ここから来たんじゃなかったっけ？あ、あれ？あれ？待って。あれ？ちょっと待って。帰りたいんだけど。どうしよう。
Caesar has forbidden you to leave until you've carried out his will in the great underground vault.
あ、そういうことか。あ、そういうことね。先にバンカー行ってこいってことか。じゃあ行ってくるわ。もう、じゃあここしか行くとこないのね。では今回はここまでにします。ご視聴ありがとうございました。